Well, look who it is. I am an ear dog, stupid dog, and I need to apologize. Welcome me back. The producer wouldn't let us post because we put up something about the skanks and we came up with this ruse about why they had been kicked off YouTube, and it blew up. It's a blow up for us. A lot of these YouTubers get hundreds of thousands of views every time they turn around. They got millions of this, that, the other thing. We got 100, we had 100 and some, adherents, we call them, followers. And we're lucky we get 100, 150 views. We're flying. We get 25, 30 views most of our takes, So for us, when we see something keep going up day after day after day, the producer's like, gotta let it ride. If you take it off the algorithm, it'll stop going up. So you leave it in the algorithm, the producer said, and we'll make all our money that way. We'll get all of our views. We don't make no money, But anyways, I'm sitting around going, I'm a dog. I'm used to, it's like a comic strip. I'm used to making a take every day, for better, for worse, for views or no. We got to make a take. I started getting lazy. I started getting fat. I'm like, all I can do is look every few minutes to see if the views are still going up. I'm used to making a take every single day, finding some reason to blabbermouth into into my apparatus and make some kind of a take. So it was kind of hard. And I know, we got 4 crucial adherents. Every time we post anything, within a second, 4 people click on and listen to it. They're the 4 crucial adherents. We got a handful of other people that listen pretty regular. I'm sure they were missing the daily fix of the dog, and for that I do apologize. But that was the story. We had to wait until the reason the skanks got kicked off YouTube take petered out, because the producer's like, you got to let it peter out. We got to get to 5,000. I was like, producer, get to 5,000. That's a big milestone for us, but I don't think the rest of the world is waiting with bated breath to see if we make it to 5,000. 5,000 views. 5,000 views. It's like, that was pretty good in the early days of YouTube. I'm talking about YouTube back before they even had YouTube. The precursors of YouTube back in the late 80s, early 90s. Whatever. It doesn't even matter. But just so you know I'm back, I want to leave you with a little joke, okay? I'm the stupid dog, and I just wanted to say, hey, I'm back. This explanation aside, and I just want to leave you a little joke. This joke is about the difference between white people and black people. You want to know the difference between white people and black people? When black people really had to confront the fact or come to terms with the fact that Puff Diddy is a rampant homosexual, they were crushed. They couldn't believe it. They were staggered. White people were like, who's Puff Diddy? And a few of them that knew who Puff Diddy was, they're like, oh, that Sean Combs is a homosexual? They didn't really care, see? Black people were torn to pieces by the fact when they found out Usher and Puff Diddy, they were homosexuals. White people didn't really care. They're like, oh, well, so what, I like that one song that he stole off of Sting and he has to pay. White people are more concerned and more interested in the fact that he has to pay $2,000 a day to Sting for stealing his chorus there, for every breath you take, whatever it is, So that's the thing. That's the difference between them. That's why black people, that difference is the reason why black people, they could never wrap their brains around the fact or accept the fact that Michael Jackson was a pedophile, even though the black people knew it all along. The black people could never admit Michael Jackson is a pedophile, even though they really knew it deep down in their hearts. And these comedians and this guy, the bald-headed guy from Ohio, the Burgermeister from Ohio, he's like, there's no way that Michael Jackson was this, that, the other thing. White people are like, oh my God, they couldn't believe it either, but they didn't even realize it. The black people deep down, they knew it, but the white people are like, oh, he's like Neverland. He's like the new Peter Pan. He's the black Peter Pan. What? White people are like, what? He sleeps with little black boys. He sleeps with little white boys. He sleeps with little, Mexican boys. He sleeps with little cancer boys. He likes to sleep. He's 30 years old. He likes to sleep with 4, 5, 6-year-old boys. White people are like, hey, so what? It's normal. It never crossed their mind that he was a pedophile, where black people are like, oh my God, Michael Jackson's like 4 or 5. They were trying to hide it, buried it deep down. That's why they had black people complex. They couldn't bring themselves to come to the truth that Michael Jackson was buggering and diddling these little boys. White people, it never even occurred to them. White people was like, oh, he built Neverland. He wants to ride around on a kangaroo with all the little kids. He's Peter Pan. He's a wonderful thing. He's a treasure. Black people were deep down their hearts like, oh my God. But see, then the white people are like, oh my God, that pedophile bastard, he had us tricked. White people got all mad. They're like, that pedophile bastard, he had us all tricked. Black people are like, he was not a pedophile. He did not do that bullshit. So that's the difference between white people and black people, the whole homosexual divide. But whatever. The funny thing about it is there's this big, nasty, deep divide between the white people and the black people and accepting the fact that Puff Daddy's a homosexual, or they accept the fact Puff Daddy's a homosexual, but they're so hurt by it. They're so, whatever you call it, they're so, I forget what you call it when you're so mad at somebody and you feel so hurt by them. And they can't even begin to let themselves figure out that Michael Jackson could really be this thing. The white people, they don't even care, but whatever. It doesn't even matter. The whole thing I wanted to say is that I'm just glad. I'm just glad to be back. I'm an idiotic, stupid dog. I put on like 3 pounds. I was just laying around watching Columbo with the man. The man was drinking bourbon. He finally broke out the chalice, my silver chalice. He said, you might as well start drinking some bourbon. You're not doing nothing else. I was like, cheapers, creepers, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. I'm just glad to be back. And I know that some, at least, a handful of people will be glad for the news.